Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games, and sometimes friends. But Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys 1975 and welcome to another Fat Friday video. It's currently Saturday. A series of videos where I take a look at some more interesting things you can find to eat in the high street. I'm doing this on a Saturday because, well, yesterday was hot as tits. It hit 30 degrees. We all know it was going to hit 30 degrees because for the past week the media has been telling us that it's going to hit 30 degrees and it's all our faults because of climate change. Anyway, long story short, so hot, didn't really feel like filming anything, didn't really feel like eating anything. In fact, I think all I ate basically was just cold cuts and sandwiches because as much as I like food, which I'm pretty sure you are aware of if you watch this series of videos, I cannot stand heat. I'm not built for heat and it just completely and utterly destroys my, I was going to say destroys my atmosphere. Destroys my appetite. Anyway, apologies that it's so dark in here, but you know my thoughts on piss taking green light bulbs. But the reason it's so dark in here is a good thing. Also, the face recognition on my camcorder is picking up Al Bundy, the legend that is Al Bundy. So well done, camera, well done. Yeah, the reason it's so dark in here is it's tanking it down. Well, there's a brief respite, if you will, but it has been tanking it down and it's going to carry on tanking it down. However, well, we're safe how hot it is when we get to the weather. What do I have to try this week? Well, you've seen the thumbnail and you've read the title, and it is something that I have eaten before, albeit dying. Literally touch the food. It's like I'm an empath. Touch the food, Pavlov's dogs, mouth gone, I'm dying. Last time I had one of these was 10 years ago, and it's Asda's chicken vindaloo in a tin. They do a whole bunch of these. They do a tikka masala. What's the point? They do a jalfrezi. They do a beef madras. But the beef quality, as I recall, because I haven't eaten any of these in about 10 years to be fair, beef quality that you get in tin curry is absolutely awful. They do a jalfrezi. They do a vegetarian one. What's the fucking point? Anyway, someone said to me, try the chicken vindaloo in a tin, and I said to them, it was a DM, I haven't had it in about 10 years, I remember it being reasonable, and they said, it's got a definite kick compared to what it had. I thought it came along, then it went away, which is probably why I haven't had it in 10 years. I have had their regular vindaloo, which is from the chilled section, in the fridges. Walked into that one, but it's a side, so it's not like you get rice with it and stuff like that. You can get all their other curries in ready meals with a side of rice, but you can't get their vindaloo with a side of rice. And I think it's expensive. I think it's about £4 for 400 grams. But that one, maybe I will revisit that, although I've had that probably a year ago. That one is banging. That's basically the best vindaloo you will get in a supermarket. Well, I thought it would be very interesting to revisit this. In fact, I might do a bunch of videos where we just try tinned curry, because you would think that everything would say that it's going to be shit because, well, it's tinned food, but you don't know. You don't know. However, £2.30, which I think is actually quite reasonable, because how big is your standard ready meal? Say like if you get a side of rice, it's about 400 grams, isn't it? So this is 392 grams. So basically, if you add a side of rice, I will be having Ben's, the artist formerly known as Uncle Ben. Yeah, I will be having savoury chicken, because while the savoury chicken rice does not have a kick, this stuff is absolutely fantastic. Literally, I could eat this by itself. And also, if you get this from B&M at the moment, it's only £1. But yeah, so that, which would be £4.30, so £3.30, you got yourself a pretty decent meal, at least weight-wise, you know, and volume-wise. dependent upon whether this is actually good or not. It is a 4 chili rating. I don't know if you can see that because, as I said, it's so dark in here. Thumbnail. But that would be 1 chili lower than what their regular chilled Vindaloo is. So obviously they're made by different people, I guess. But I have got another tinned curry. That would be it, falling out. And it's Tesco's beef curry. So this is just a generic beef curry. So yeah, that probably won't make it into this series of videos. However, I don't have one on me, but I know that Sainsbury's do a beef madras. There's actually called a beef madras on it, not beef curry, in their tinned section. So that might be worth a try as well. In fact, I might have to have a look at, such as Morrison's, you know, and Sainsbury's, you know, and Iceland shit like that. Actually, probably not Iceland to see what other stores do tinned curries. Anyway, I will be cooking this in a hob because you can microwave it, and I don't microwave anything for this series of videos. I will be cooking it on said hob here, but genuinely quite interested in how this comes out. Anyway, can't talk. Anyway, do I have anything new in Eddie's Bar? Why, yes I do. Welcome to Eddie's Bar. Eddie's Bar could use a trim again, to be fair. I don't want it to get too out of control. I've been pretty good at restricting it with my rules, which is 1 comes in, 1 goes out. But what do I have? I have Encona Jalapeno Chili Jam. It's only a 3 chili rating. As you know, I generally don't get out of bed for anything less than 3 chilies. But, oh sorry, Mexican jalapeno. I love jalapeno. It may not be the hottest chili, but it is definitely one of my favourite tasting chilies. I just absolutely adore the taste of jalapeno. Plus you can see loads, and it says jam. It's just basically a slightly more viscous sauce, to be fair, unless that's what it is and why you call it jam if it's savoury. Don't know. But yeah, this was £1.75 for 285 millilitres. This was from Tesco, so I think it was actually on promo. But yeah, look, you can see the seeds, and obviously the seeds are what makes it hot. So really, really, really looking forward to that. And I almost forgot, I do have something new in Crisp Corner. This was in Iceland. They've got 2 new flavours of Wotsits. One is cheese toasty, which seems to me to be pointless because their regular flavour of Wotsits is cheese, and the other one is bacon, so that'll be interesting, bacon flavour of Wotsits. However, this tickled my fancy because this is Monster Munch's barbecue sauce. Yummy, in case you wonder what food was like. Why this tickled my fancy? Because long-term viewers of me will know that, but Dave, you don't like barbecue sauce. You're right, I don't like barbecue sauce, but this is Monster Munch, so Monster Munch deserves its own level of respect. Plus, this is an important, iconic moment because, right, before I say this statement, Halloween crisps don't count. They're a gimmick, and they're only supposed to, you know, exist for like a fucking month. So you can obviously get a bacon flavoured spiderweb shaped Monster Munch crisp. What I'm going to say is they haven't introduced a new flavour that's not limited edition since 1994. The last new flavour that they introduced, which obviously isn't new now, is Flaming Hot flavour, which is a favourite of mine, but it's not hot. So yeah, I had to give these a try. I definitely had to give these a try. They're using the pickled onion flavour monster on it though, so not sure what the deal is with that. But am I right in thinking, slight random tangent here, but the monster on Flaming Hot, which is the blue one with the red hat, he was on the previous flavour that Flaming Hot replaced, and I want to say it was bacon, but can anyone else confirm or remember that? Anyway, let's have a look at the weather. Right, so it's overcast. It's probably going to rain again later. Well, it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to tank down, which I'm quite looking forward to because it's been so muggy and hot. It's just not been nice. However, it's pretty muggy out though. It's about 19 degrees Celsius. So bring on the rain, and then I think it rains tonight, and then we don't get rain for another 3 or 4 days. So yeah, but we're almost, you know, at the end of July, so not too much longer of summer, and I can go back to basically being a happy bunny. Anyway, interesting things that have happened this week. Well, you'd have to be living under a rock, possibly globally, to realise this massive IT update hiccup that happened yesterday and completely and utterly shut everything down. Trains didn't fly. It cleared like the sky. I watched it in real time, like air traffic control of the American Airways, and you could literally see it just wipe everything out. It fucking destroyed trains. People couldn't pay for stuff in supermarkets, pay for petrol, pay for stuff like that, everything, and it completely and utterly just shut shit down. And it's basically because everything runs on Microsoft. So why they don't have some sort of contingency backup with a different system such as Linux, I don't know. I'm assuming it's a cost thing or a lazy thing. Apparently it came down to the fact that they didn't test it properly because, you know, no big deal when it controls planes and shit like that. Yeah, no big deal whatsoever. It's not going to have a massive impact on everyone's life and shit like that. But the point is, people couldn't pay for stuff. People couldn't buy stuff. And the point why I wanted to bring this up is all governments, because of the globalists out there, are pushing for a cashless society. Because why? Well, look what Trudeau did to the Canadian truck drivers. Because if you're a dissident, if you're a naughty boy, if you disagree with the government, boop, off goes your bank account. You're fucked. That's why they want a cashless society. But this has proven the point and hopefully woken a lot of people up to the fact that you are fucked with a cashless society. I'm as guilty as everyone else. I use contactless all the time, but I do always have a backup contingency 20 quid in my wallet. I didn't go anywhere yesterday, so this didn't affect me, but the point is, when we get to a cashless society, because it's up to the public, only the public can stop this. If we don't, you know, keep using cash to keep the demand up there, this will happen, and then basically all your protesting, all your shit like that, you know, all your disobedience, all your distances, it goes out the window, and you're literally in complete and utter control of the fucking government. And it's bad enough that we've got our new fucking socialist overlords in this country who want big state, who think they have the right to micromanage your life because you're fucking stupid and only they can do it better than you because they know what's best for you. So this is coming. So hopefully this is a massive fucking wake up call to fucking use cash, people. Fucking use cash. Anyway, let's get back to this bad boy. I don't know how well this is going to come out because, as I said, it's dark as tits in here. See a price statement at the start of the video about what I think about green light bulbs. But I'm going to have to do this on the hob. So, medium to high heat. Bing! Love that noise. So I'm going to bring you over so you can see what this looks like. Let's crack this bad boy open. Right. What does that smell like? That smells, ooh, squiggly bits gone in my mouth. That smells like a proper Vindaloo, and you can see all the oil. See, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. This is when you know you've got decent curry, or hopefully a decent curry, when the oil sits on top of the rest of the contents. So let's bang this straight into the pan. Is there a decent amount of chicken in there? Do I have a spoon? Can I get a witness? I want a wooden spoon. Fuck it, a spatula will do. Look at that! Jesus! I tell you what, there is huge pieces of chicken in here. This could be, we could be onto a winner here. So let's take this, let's bang this on the hob. It is the greatest shirt in the world ever, isn't it? I was in Elsey this morning and someone made a point of saying, I find your shirt offensive. To which I said two things. One, which is, ooh, sorry, curry going already. You find it offensive. Well, whoopie fucking do. That means you find it offensive. Doesn't necessarily mean everyone else finds it offensive. And if you want to also find something offensive, I suggest you don't leave right now, or I'm going to tell you what I think. Honestly, fucking when did... Help if I turn the right fucking hob on, wouldn't it? When did everyone become so easily offended? In fact, I'm going to put it on this one. And there's a reason I'm going to put it on this one. because I want to show you what it looks like while it warms up. Right, so I do apologise about the light in here. Again, see prior statement about green light bulbs, but I cannot get over how big the chunks of chicken are in this. Also, I do remember from the last time I had this, or any tin curry, from about 10 years ago, which is stir it continuously, because it will... What temperature am I on? I'm on 5? Let's go to 4. Yeah, it will burn and stick to the bottom. So it says medium to high temperature. Actually, I think it says medium. And just stir continuously and cook it for 4 to 5 minutes. Obviously, you can do it in a microwave, but I'm just saying, it's the little things like this. I'm drowning. Even though it's a tin curry, I am aware of that. And it's technically been cooked once already. But doing it like this, it just generally makes things taste better. Right, so I'm going to bring you out when this is, or bring you back when this is done. So as you can hear, I'm miking my rice at the same time. Who says men can't multitask? Oh, and you can probably hear that. If you leave it on the heat and you don't keep stirring it, ow, splashback. I think it's the air. It gets trapped. Right. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ow, mother puss buckets. Right, this is ready. Do you know what's nice about this? Is what a quick and easy curry to make. None of this 45 minutes in the oven malarkey, but whether or not that's a good thing and we're going to get a good curry remains to be seen. So fingers crossed, and 2 tears in the bucket and all that jazz. I don't know if you can see that. There's still some absolutely huge chunks in there, but quite a lot of it has broken down into smaller pieces. That might just be a question, there's still a big shoush one there, a case of me stirring a little bit too vigorously, if you will, but you know, first world problems, first world problems. Has this rice, I need a fork, thank you. Is this cooled down enough for me not to get 3rd degree burns? No, would be the answer to that. Right, you go in the bin. Stealth windy pops there, I think I got away with it. Sorry anyone watching, but although a few people have left comments, I'm not the only person who does this. I always thought it was a Bristolian thing, but you make yourself a little dam to stop the curry escaping, because that's its goal in life. It doesn't want to be eaten. Also, it doesn't help that this board is on a 45 degree incline, so you know what. Anyway, right, you go there and you go in here. I'm actually quite impressed with how much you get for £2.30. Like I said, 382, I'm going to say degrees, 382 grams. That's a fairly decent amount, mind. You go in here. I'm going to actually eat this first before I wash up. But yeah, hopefully this is going to be absolutely banging. It smells fantastic in here, and mouth has definitely gone. We'll need a fire extinguisher of choice. Back on the Tesco's Lemon and Lime Zero. This stuff's better than Sprite, honestly. This stuff's absolutely fantastic. And as I said last week, or the week before, don't know. It's 6 cans for £1.80. Although I still have this, which I picked up on my travels the other week, which is Corsten Press rhubarb. Yeah, carbonated rhubarb. I haven't eaten, well, I don't eat sweet food, but I haven't eaten rhubarb, you know, crumble since I was a kid. Rhubarb's like pumpkin, isn't it? It's one of those things that is indigestible unless it's cooked. But I just like the idea of trying something different. However, since this is a curry, I feel that rhubarb may be the wrong thing. So, smells fantastic. Smells like a proper Vindaloo in here. Right, so I guess let's just go for a massive chunk of chicken. I say that, it's just broken up. Get loads of sauce on it. So this is only a 4 chilli rating, but yeah, 2 tears in the bucket and all that jazz. Ooh. Ooh, definitely. There's a cheeky little kick to that. And, right, the chicken, the sauce is fantastic. It's definitely not as strong as that one, oh, it says that, available in the fridge section, but back of my mouth's gone, into my tongue's gone, back of my lips are gone, and I got a lash on my chest. That is really rather quite nice. Let's get a big chunk of everything. I'm generally impressed about the quality of that sauce. I'm not saying why it shouldn't be good. Let's get a big chunk of chicken rice as well. Just because it's in a tin, but it's really nice. Now, the chicken's not dry, but how should I say this without making it sound terrible? If you do an Iceland curry, chicken curry, in the oven, the chicken is really moist and it's really tender. That, in comparison, is not as good as the Iceland chicken, but it's still good. It's maybe a little dry, maybe because it's all, well, I mean, the Iceland one's been cooked already. Excuse me, Winnie popped, but tongue is burning a little bit. It's dissipated a little bit. It goes away quite quickly. However, I would definitely say that's a very good Vindaloo. Like I said, last time I've had one, lash, proper lash, was about, oh, a little sniffle, 10 years ago. I don't know if it has come back and it's new and improved, because if it was as good as that then, I wouldn't have stopped eating it, especially at that price point. It would have been even cheaper 10 years ago. It probably would have been sub £2. I think I got a little bit of sweat going on, but that might be because it's muggy as tits in here. But that's a banging Vindaloo. Definitely. And I would also definitely say that's better, heat-wise, sorry, hotter than Iceland's so-called 5-star Vindaloo. That's not 5-star, that's not 5 chili rating. That's easily on par, possibly a little bit hotter, and that's also hotter than the one I got from Heron's Foods, which is, yeah, because what, 4 mouthfuls? And there's a temperature going on here, and I don't mean Al Bundy's face, I mean me, my interior, if you will. But yeah, that's hotter than the Indian Essence one I had from Heron's Foods, and I've not had it this series of videos, but I've had Tesco's one, but you can only get it as a ready meal, you can't get it as a side dish, and this is hotter than that. That's a really, 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 excuse me, palate cleanse. Windy Pops. Really nice Vindaloo. Don't be a snob and get put off by the fact that it's in a tin. And there's a definite little kick to it. But, yeah, I recommend. I really do recommend. I'm definitely going to have this bad boy again. Well played, Asda, especially since it was only £2.30. Anyway, as always, excuse me, pig. I'd love to know what you think. Bead of sweat just went on there. I'd love to know what you think, especially if you've had this and if you've had any other tinned curries from any other supermarkets, and recommend any, because I'm going to go on whether I do it again next week or not, but I'm definitely going to have a little spurge and do some videos on supermarket tinned curries. Winnie Pops. Anyways, always love to know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.